Hello ladies and gentlemen, we're back with the Starcraft Let's Play, just a day after the third episode here. We're recording the fourth one, hopefully completing the Zerg campaign. I don't have much to recap here because I did all that in the previous video, so we're gonna get right into a cutscene called Cinematic Battle on the Amerigo. It's actually one of the better cutscenes from a direction point of view, and actually one that I assume, it must have been narratively intertwined with the game because it's on a science vessel, but at least the establishing shot is. For all we know, that wasn't necessarily the first thing there. But it seems like it was. You'd have to kind of split hairs or really read between the lines to imply that it was not all planned out from start to finish to the way that it worked out. But I'll stop prefacing it and just let you watch it, and then I'll talk about how I feel about it. Okay, bye.
For cold fusion.
Hey, are we really gonna blow this place?
Only if we see a Zerg.
Yeah, got your Zerg right here.
Epic, man. Though, all right, before I actually launch into the next mission, I'm just going to go quickly recap that cutscene. So the reason why that cutscene works for me, despite the fact that it has some really stupid sound effects and out of place ones that are like reused from other parts of the game, or like just like commercial CD shit that you hear on a bunch of other projects and products, I suppose. The biggest problem with that whole exchange really was, I think, the sound design. They could have done it a lot better. And then, of course, some of the action cuts where, the scene where we're dropping down onto that white Marine, the Marine with white armor, and he gets impaled by a Hydra or something happens to him where he clearly gets injured or killed. And then I guess the next Marine by is like shooting him with a revolver or whatever, which I don't know why there's like a giant fucking deagle pistol thing or whatever with an infinite clip. But that being said, like a lot of the frenetic, high speed shots were cut too quickly or without showing enough to really give viewers an understanding of what the fuck was happening. But that all being said, I think that they did a pretty decent job with the rest of the scenes, especially some of the more long and drawn out ones where there were like 3 to 5 seconds of a solid shot continuous, like holding on a certain shot before switching to the next one. I thought a lot of that stuff really worked out. And despite the fact that there's stuff that doesn't make any sense with the game, again, there's no pistol going on with the Marine. Like, the Marine doesn't whip out a pistol. They don't shoot fucking grenade launchers and stuff. It seems like this was all either beta cut stuff or stuff that is just like they took some liberties with the design because that might have been more immersive. But it stops to feel like units actually fighting each other at that point. So we generally want to avoid that. And so when I look at that, I'm thinking... Sorry, just adjusting my mic volume there. I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, like, okay, they do fall apart in some cases. The sound effects are not really that great in many respects. The consistency with the game is still a problem. And the fact that we're dealing with this, high cut shot stuff that doesn't really give us enough information in some of the more fast-paced scenes, it does sap at the cutscene's worth, but the cutscene establishes a theme. It delivers on that theme with the Zerg being surrounding the Terrans. The Terrans feeling hopeless at the end of it. It still sort of builds on the space hick thing. I don't really like the fact that the ghost was apparently just some idiot, or if that even was supposed to be a ghost, because that obviously is inconsistent with the rest of the lore. As far as I'm concerned, that's an actual plot hole. But that being said, just that aside, if that was just some commando guy, and again, then there would be inconsistency as far as it's a unit that's not in the game. There's something to be said for that. Like that whole band of brothers group that are just like, so, there's some military unit that they're on a mission. And yeah, maybe they should have blown it as soon as they had the Zerg there, but then you wouldn't have had a scene. So you would have had to write it more intelligently. But as far as what they had for a scene, I thought it was really nice. It really definitely is the best cutscene that we've seen so far. Much better than the opening cutscene, much better than a lot of the other cutscenes. And I think it's probably the best one out of the vanilla, if I had to guess. And like the Arcturus Manx one has interesting elements to its writing, but the scene collection is just like some disconnected shit that sort of somehow circles back to it. But it's not like one long prolonged scene where a story is told through this series of frames, and it's a linear series of frames, and it's connected, unlike the Arcturus Manx coronation video or whatever that was. So yeah. A half decent cutscene, honestly. Like, it certainly could be smoothed out. Some issues could have been resolved. Obviously, we're dealing with the fact that it's a very dated production, so we're watching it in like 256 color. But for what it was, I think that they did a decent job with the choreography. They definitely, there's like, I think the Zerg could have done more than just crawl at the end there. It's clear that they just recycled the animations and stuff. But on a first viewing, it definitely makes the Zerg feel scarier than they feel in the campaign. So in that sense, again, inconsistency, but better than not having them be as flaccid as they are in the campaign, we'll say. The Dark Templar, primary hive cluster, planet Char.
Do you feel that, Cerebrit? The Protoss are here, on Char. They have been for some time, hiding. Protoss Commander, it was folly of you to come here, for I am Kerrigan, and I am Queen of the Zerg.
I know
Gross.
you well, O Queen of the Zerg, for we have met before. I am Tassadar of the Templar. I remember your selfless exploits, defending humanity from the Zerg. Unfortunate it is to see that one who was once so honorable and full of life would succumb to the twisted wiles of the Overmind.
Do not presume to judge me, Templar. You'll find my powers to be more than a match for yours. In fact, I sense that your vaunted power has diminished since last we met.
Mayhap, O Queen. Or is it only that I need not flaunt my power in such an infantile test of will?
Foolish Templar. Prepare your defenses. I will come for you soon.
Honestly, Kerrigan's script writing is so juvenile, and it's like straight, like sucks me right out of the good mood I was in after watching that cutscene. Man, what a disaster her dialogue is. Like, just straight up fucking, I'm the queen of the Zerg. Prepare your defenses. I'm going to attack you. I'm a generic villain who tells you about my plan. I'm a overly emotional woman. Wah. Like, what the fuck is wrong with those scriptwriters that they wrote him that wrote her that way? Like, that's disgusting, man. That's ugly as fuck. Like, why would you put that in the game? Like, what happened to the... Give me the Overmind back, dude. Mind over Kerrigan, please. Also, why is there a ball sack down here? Exterminate the Protoss intruders, Kerrigan.
Kerrigan, I sense something strange about this Templar. Perhaps you should reconsider your attack.
For the last time, Zasz, you question my motives and authority at your own peril.
You dare threaten a Cerebrate? You'll be the doom of us all.
I'm listening.
Kerrigan has a busted shadow. It's very obvious when you look at this. It's like she's supposed to have her wings out or something, and they're just down here with no connections. How's that for your fucking QA, dude? Somebody vengefully decided that Kerrigan is a stupid unit and shouldn't be in the game. Should have died a long time ago. So infested Kerrigan, your shadow gets fucked. Bye. What kind of idiot would QA and greenlight this product? Can't believe this. Can't believe this spawning pool is blocking a better hatchery placement. God damn it. Hey, one thing I did forget to say at the last video is that in the second mission, they start you off with 2 hatcheries, which is a nice way of saying, hey, you should build more hatcheries if you want more units. Like, it's like a very subtle way of doing it. Still starting to play around with pre-placed shit and babying them, but fuck it, dude. It's better than what we had before. So we have Guardians in this mission. The enemy has about 10 million pre-placed Dragoons and Scouts. So the Scouts obviously make it so that it's pretty hard for us to get any value out of them. But the Dragoons are not the only thing that they have pre-placed. They also have pre-placed Reavers, baby. So you thought that the third mission was called the Tanks. This mission is called the Reavers. So ground armies are basically... Yeah, nice Dragoon count. Ground armies take a lot of time. Yeah, look at that. That's just on those 2 locations. Then there's this. The only 2 expansions you have in the entire map are islands. This one I don't count because who the fuck would bit? All right, Mutas doesn't. If you ever even dare expand over here, your ass is grass. Standard. Oh boy. So I guess we'll get a lair. Don't even get me started. I need a lair so I can get Overlord speed and transport so that I can actually move my units across the map. I guess honestly, if I started with a queen, I would start parasiting shit, but like I did in the 4th mission, but you know, don't start with that either. Again, I'm not arguing that for the idea that I should be starting for stuff, but the enemy starts with so much shit that they could A-move me 100 times over and still probably win. I really want to go Hydras here, but I know from past experience, this is not advisable. I'm gonna go ahead and build a hatchery closer to this. We're gonna go ahead and get some more drones.
Spawn more overlords.
Oh! I didn't know that. I instinctively reached to build more drones after my lair finished because I'm used to that providing more than it does. Oh yeah, I'll get pneumatized immediately. We'll just be mining very slowly right now for gas. Eventually that'll be accurate number of workers. I guess I'll get a second overlord because why not? And we'll just get more drones. Now, the nice thing about this campaign, and by nice I'm obviously being facetious, is the fact that since you never get attacked by anything, you can afford to drone up, which is my Zerg playstyle. I just drone up and stop. I don't build Zerglings for way longer than I should not build Zerglings for. Definitely need to get better at that, but you know. I don't need to get better at that in order to play this campaign. So I don't need to get better at that. Ha. I guess I'll get an evolution chamber because I'm gonna need. I'm going off of the assumption that I'm going lair spire tech so that I can get greater spire into guardian. So I want the Evo chamber for the sake of building upgraded Zerglings. All right, I think we'll stop droning up for now. Let's grab another Evo chamber is fine. I'll get another spire next. And again, as soon as we get our next bit of gas will go towards ventral sacs, and then we'll comfortably take the base in the top right, which is like over here, top middle, I guess. We've literally been attack added 1 zealot, by the way. We started with a Hydra Den, so if we absolutely have to, we can always... Oh, I guess I should actually save my gas like I said I would. Alright, can I get ventral sacs, please? Can I please play the game? Don't worry, there's more than 3 mineral fields here. I'm just not scouting it because I don't feel like using my keyboard. I had to itch my nuts. And I don't even want to expand here. Zerg here. Grab an overlord. Next up will be melee. Should it be melee or should it be Zergling speed? Well, I'm not going to be attacking in the near future, so I'll do melee. Oh, I guess I'll do attacks. Actually, flyer attacks, and then I'll do carapace. And then I'll do flyer carapace, and then I'll do melee, and then I'll do Zergling speed. That'll be my tier list, bro. Okay, maybe never mind, because it takes 8 years to harvest gas. Every time the game puts us in a situation where we're not allowed to get our shit together as far as the resources are concerned, it's like another slap in the face, because the AI again has infinite money basically. Like they'll never run out of the money that they start with, partially because they don't actually use it. Obviously it's very easy to run out of money in that context, but even if you start with 5k or whatever, you know, the average player spends a lot of money in a Brood War game, so it's only to be expected. So I guess I'll send off my first attack wave here momentarily. Ventral Sacs is just about done. Go ahead and unload. The hotkey for that is U, by the way. Oh no. Hi. They get +1 shields and armor before they get anything else. Which I guess is fine, because they'd be two-hitting my lings otherwise. No animation for researching upgrades. What is this? Not Hydra? Oh yeah, it is. Oh yeah, I should probably have spent my money on a hatchery. That's fine. So we won't be waiting for +1 melee. I'm just going to wipe out this top right area. I should probably station my guardians over here preemptively. I want over... Yeah, I think I do want over here because it's a little bit closer to the gas over there. Alright. Off we go. Again, I'm expecting to lose pretty much all of these units. Keep the Hydras back here for anti-air. I don't have any spores over here. I'm assuming there's going to be some Reavers over here. Somewhere. Yeah. Here they are. Literally 3 Reavers, by the way. Oh yeah, another epic thing about Reavers is that they, obviously the AI has infinite minerals, so you never have to worry about them running out of money. Alright, I guess I'll just pick this off here. We gotta bail after this. Oh, good, he's switching targets. We mostly are just getting rid of these Reavers at this point. No? Oh, okay, bye. Queen's Nest time. More Zerglings time. Oops. Hey, at least with the extra gas, we're gonna be looking at some pretty nifty shit. As soon as this gets started. Oh, I don't have access to Niduses yet. Sorry, I forget they drip feed you the fucking tech in this game. Alright, I'm gonna drop a sunken right here. Right here. Of course, I'm bringing 3 drones over. Replace them soon, because I'm gonna take another one. I need 4 for that gas efficiency. And I know what you're thinking. Why not a spore? Well, if they drop some shit, spore is obviously not going to help very much. Alright, next up is Hive. I guess I should be droning up more than anything. Those 16 minerals can wait. I need a hive, baby. Oh, I also need carapace. And lots of it. I really can't believe how many Dragoons were over there, man. Holy moly. At least now my Zerglings are 1-1. I don't think they were 1-1 with that attack. Maybe they were. I don't really know how long I took. Where are you guys going? And obviously, by the time this hive finishes, we'll still be working on +2 for air, which is fine. That means that we won't be able to morph Greater Spire till that's done. Oh no, +2 more zealots, or 2 attack, add 2 zealots, sorry. Hey, I can get adrenal glands. One thing Blizzard was generally pretty good about, I think, in this, is that they never really just said, made it so that, like, for example, adrenal glands requires a hive. So as soon as you can get a hive, you can get adrenal glands. It's not like, oh, you need to wait a mission before you can get adrenal glands. So they at least made it consistent in that way. But unfortunately, not worth that much. Hi. Because, like, it's like praising a kernel of corn inside a piece of shit, you know what I mean? Alright. Try to do a less disgusting analogy next time. See you, nerd. Alright, greater, attack, melee. Alright, as soon as we get adrenal, we're going for this, because I think we can do it. We are going to need to start messing up mutas, though. Attack add 1 Reaver. Yeah. Alright, let's go. We'll probably wipe that whole base, even with Reavers, with adrenal, unless they have like 5 of them over there, but... Who the fuck in their right mind would set that hotkey to M? What is wrong with these people? They didn't quite have 5, but it wasn't that far away from 5. I killed 3 though, or 2. Start replenishing our stocks here. I don't get burrow. What else are we missing? Oh, we're gonna get tier 2 Carapace pretty soon, which will be nice against the Dragoon shots, but probably won't save us against Reaver shots. Yeah, I think once we end up having... where's that burrow anyway? Okay, it's still going. Yeah, once we have close to critical mass here, I think we'll be pretty good. Even just with the limited number of mutas that we have. I think we'll be pretty good. We could probably just wipe out that base now. Save our Zerglings for the main. And save our control for the main as well. Carapace is also 300 at this point. And I don't know how people patrol micro in like before customizable hotkeys came out. It's ridiculous. Because I'm not fucking doing that. Alright. 21 kills, by the way. Oh, hi. We'll just fight you, I guess. Oh, never mind. That's a million Dragoons. Alright, let's get some more mutas in the flock. We're a ways off from having... oh, we actually almost have tier 3 attack. So that's pretty good. Pretty good timing. Alright. Those are, again, a very goofy amount of Dragoons. I'll throw all that. I didn't even bank up that much gas. It's mostly Zerglings at this point. Jesus Christ, man. They really wanted you to build Guardians in this map. Alright. Another thing that really devalues mutas is obviously the fact that you can't... oh, hi. Haha, see you later, Scarab. My hero mining drone fended off. That assault. Dude, how many Dragoons do you have, man? A reminder that I'm basically fully upgraded. Like, not completely just yet, but pretty close. One of the biggest issues with this campaign is that they throw you out, like, just like how the Terran campaign was almost entirely against Zerg, with some missions where you fought Terrans. Holy shit, why is this pylon so important to you clowns?
We will defend this pylon until our death, or until our father returns home from searching the world for the largest pack of cigarettes. Whichever comes first.
I saw a scout fly over here too. Oh, I've accidentally killed everybody else. So. Where I was definitely expecting some overlords. I mean, some reavers. I don't know where those came from or where those went. Oh, there we go. There's one. I guess I accidentally moved the bottom left outpost too. Yeah, they have the scarab damage upgrade too. Hey, can't do that to my overlord. Not even bothering to... Wait, all of those dragoons were probably like from the pre-placed brigade down in the bottom left. And that's probably why my units, like, my Zerglings flooded through there. Now that I think about it. Alright, well. Oh yeah, we've got to bring Kerrigan over here later. I saw some blue dot over here. I don't know what it was. Alright, I'll actually wait. Just knowing my fucking luck. There'll be like 10 scouts over there ready to kill that overlord and I'll lose. Yeah, I don't know what else they even have at this point. It's just going to be a slow grind until we kill all of their production structures. So because you're always against Protoss, Protoss units are super tanky, and they don't require a whole lot of skill to get a lot of use out of, which is why they're as deadly as they are in the AI's hands. And that's a pretty big issue with this particular case. So even though I can eventually deal a lot of damage, it requires me to get to hive tech basically with like, cracklings and very well upgraded mutas. Maybe I missed a building somewhere. Oh, never mind. It's just delayed.
Where are you, Tassadar? Do your underlings always do your fighting for you?
This shall be our battleground, O Queen. Face me here, and I will defeat you myself.
Doesn't even sound like it's the real guy. So you have to drop her, and then even the Overlord has to leave.
Are you afraid?
Nice triggers, dude.
So long as you continue to be so predictable, O Queen, I need not face you at all. You are your own worst enemy.
What kind of ending to a map is that? I've wiped the entire map clear of his enemy dots, and then you have him showing up as an illusion, a hallucination. And then what? Like what? I don't get it. Like, how is he the victor here? How, like, they're trying to tell some anime story about Kerrigan, and that's it. That's all they're capable of doing, I guess. It's so confusing. Like, it just leaves you speechless, baffled for words. But whatever, we got an editor review for you, so check this out. Check out all these dragoons. Check out this shit. Nothing over here, though. But all these dragoons. Wow, there actually were 3 fucking reavers pre-placed over here. Oh, wow. Dragoon me, dragoon you. You know what I'm saying? Do you even want to know how many units? 120 pre-placed supply. Nice. Nice base that they could have taken but didn't because you don't know how to design an AI. I mean, they couldn't have taken this at all unless you removed some of this pre-placed shit and probably moved the base up. But at least your lard AI town locations aren't quite as fucked in this map. They are really confusing. I don't know who in their right mind would take this base. Wait, can you even take this base? Like, I guess you could build an hatchery here. Man, what the fuck? Yeah. Well, good job, Blizzard. You managed to not completely fuck everything up. But what a boring map this was. You just got two basic pathways to your enemy, and your enemy has complete fucking dominion over both of them, one of which has pre-placed pre-placed reavers. 3 placed reavers. Like, holy shit, man. What kind of insane human being would make this? And then all of the expansions are, of course, either in your enemy's control, literally in your enemy's base, or islands. Because who needs map design? I mean, you could have put a ramp here and a ramp here, and instantly the map is better, just with those 2 changes. I mean, even one of them is instantly better. Like, what a mess. Well, there's not really anything to say about this particular map, unfortunately. But it was shit. Next. Alright, let's go. The Culling. Primary half cluster, Planetary, 1 hour later.
Insufferable Protoss coward. Tassadar cannot evade my wrath forever. I shall find him and cut it.
Kerrigan, Zasz is dead.
Oh, it is a pity that Cerebrants cannot truly be killed. I expect that the Overmind will reincarnate him soon.
No, he will not. The Protoss have devised some new attack. An attack powerful enough to nullify our reincarnation and give pause to the Overmind itself.
So, Tassadar's plan was merely a diversion. I should not have underestimated him so.
Without its master, Zasz's brood has run amok, and even now threatens the Hive Cluster. Cerebrant, you must eradicate the rampaging brood and stem any further damage it might cause. I shall deal with the Protoss myself.
We never actually see Dagoth do fucking anything. We just hear that he's done stuff. It's pretty weird. On top of that, we don't know what Kerrigan is doing right now. I guess she's meditating on Tassadar's bitch slap. And the fact that she can't kill Zasz because Tassadar did it. Or Zeratul did it, I guess, technically, but whatever. Yeah. Not really much to say about that briefing, but I just feel like we're not playing StarCraft anymore. Like, clearly we have fucking devised... talk about devising a new attack on my brain cells. The writers have devised a new attack on my brain cells and are now making me suffer through, like, Kerrigan goes to high school and you know, I guess beats up the fucking school bully or something. I don't know. Eradicate every last remnant of the Garm brood. You. Oh, I forgot about this one. Oh, we're going Hydra this mission, I think. Hydra. To that end is... I don't think I'll be doing much here. Can't build anything until that larva gets out of the way. Ooh, I did it. There's a base in the top left, or mid left, bottom left, whatever, immediately to our left that we can potentially pressure. I don't know if we can actually get it in the early game. Should have built that immediately. Larva got destroyed by a fucking clown emoji. Yeah, I think we actually can do this. All we need to do here is make sure that we guide our Hydras through over here. I could have not lost that, but whatever. Hopefully they don't immediately start defending as soon as this happens, but I'm not actually sure what they do. I just want to kill the hatchery. And yeah, that's all she wrote for this base. Get a spawning pool ASAP, even though it's not the most economic thing to do. I would love to instead get... I instinctively attacked Overlords. It doesn't matter. They don't have any monetary needs, and they start out with 1 million units, as expected. But yeah, I would like to get more drones than anything at this point, but I need to make sure that I can build Sunkens or whatever. I don't think this takes any pressure off of you, per se, but... it should result in a little bit less... like, I can immediately take an expansion, basically, so it should just speed the game up a little bit. Is my hope and assumption. And hey, with 2 hatches already, I guess I could have saved the 300 minerals for the hatch. Gotten another base immediately, but this base is also much better equipped, I think. Generally speaking. I guess I could have targeted that one instead. Whatever. Okay, we're just gonna drone up for a while. Eventually we're gonna hit some sort of mineral saturation nirvana where we can... oh, I guess I'll just wait until we hit our max supply and then we'll wait for money. Because I should be able to repel anything that comes my way, unless it's like 6 ultras or something. Another set of drones. Come on. And even then, we'll probably extract her first. I'm sad I can't do that liftoff trick anymore. Or, not really a trick, but where you try to land a structure somewhere where you can't land a structure. And you just cause an error message to play infinitely. Unacceptable landing zone. Oh, check this out. What a cutie. My drone's better, dude. Oh yeah, overlords. Forgot about those. It's already got Carapace. Good thing he's got no fucking units. I should get drones more than anything at this point. Just a couple more to replace the ones that were on minerals and are now on gas. And the ones that will become evolution chambers. Oh. Yeah, I don't think we're going to bother with Overlord speed this game, unless it gets to the point where they have... oh no, they don't have lurkers. This is in Brood War. I was going to say, like, unless I need detection for something, but... it's weird how incomplete the game... like, basically the game actually was just flat out incomplete in, before the rest of the... like, before the expansion pack came out. It's really, really strange to me that that's the case. Like, you wouldn't expect the game to just flat out not be complete. But that was the case. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and, it's the first time I think I'm using camera hotkeys. Maybe I used them in the Terran campaign. Oh yeah, nice. Got my start location was over there. All right. Going for more drones. And then I guess we'll wait for grooved spines so that we can start smashing for real. There are some cases where mutas or maybe just Scourge will be somewhat useful, which are because there's some pre-placed guardians from my memory. I need minerals more than anything right now. One of my Hydras just started spinning? Yeah, he's nowhere to be seen for a while there. Alright. Into the gas chamber you go, boy. I won't get canceled for that, right? Well, we're already looking at, well, we have no upgrades, but I guess soon we'll have superior upgrades. Because the thing is, like, the AI has all of these, inalienable starting advantages, like infinite money, but then they also have, like, some advantages that they're just handed. And guess what? Those are alienable as far as, hold on, I'm just trying to correct my hotkeys here. So, like, their upgrade advantages or whatever, or even their unit advantages really are alienable in the sense that eventually the player can catch up, right? Oh. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. Oh, I should probably build some sunks or something. I'm assuming I'll eventually get attacked. Yeah, very much had the wrong hotkey there. It's like hand wasn't even on the right part of the keyboard. I don't actually know where most of this stuff is. Yeah, here's some guardians for you. Pre-placed ultras. Yeah, this should be a cakewalk. I mean, I know it's supposed to be a dead brood, but one of the things that I always thought was really stupid about shit like this is that nice attack, by the way. I always thought it was really dumb that Blizzard, and pretty much everybody else as well, assumes that because the organism of the brood experiences something akin to brain death, there's just no point or no other capacity for any instincts to kick in or anything. Because I wouldn't consider it like brain death exactly, because clearly they're still responding in some way, so it must be more than brain death. It's got to be something else. And nice defense use GG Ultralisk, by the way. And GG does not mean what you think it means if you're not familiar with AI. Just ridiculous that they decided not to do anything there. Just means that the AI would in theory use the Ultras for defense, but they don't. Oh yeah, this is also the map where I have to hunt down just a bunch of random spore colonies and sunken colonies. I'm pretty sure I just killed his main, so. Is there something else over here? I don't think so. I would look at it more like... What the fuck? Wait, do they have a base on the island? Or is there a way up there? I might actually need to get ventral stacks. There's some sunkens over there. Oh, you guys just can't figure out how to get out, even though you got in here somehow. Wait. Hey, this doesn't count as a fucking base, dude. But you're goddamn right, I have to go clear that out later. So dumb. Oh yeah, there's a greater spire on that side or something. But yeah, if your Cerebrit dies, I would assume that the Brood would have like the plan that it would have, like its personality or whatever. It would be able to. It would be really shitty at adapting, but it would still follow its plan, right? That would be my assumption, because like the brain just tells the organism to adapt to different stimulus. Or stimuli. Well, as well as obviously informing the genetic code that instructs it to do whatever it's supposed to do. But it's like the idea of free will or whatever. Oh, there's another base over here. I guess I'll make some more Hydras then. I can just stay move with what I have, but... I would just say it like this, right? You've got a situation where you got this dead guy. Okay, he's dead. Now what? What do we do about that? Well, we could make him a dead fucking, like a brain dead enemy as well that does nothing. Or we could make it so that whatever his personality was, it's reflected in the end result of his now corpse brood, right? I think that would work fine. I don't see the issue there. I don't know why or how I missed a bunch of shit, but did I lose all my mutas or did I send them somewhere else? I think I lost them all somehow. Maybe they flew into Scourge or something. Wasn't really paying attention because I was too busy trying to communicate the Cerebrit idea. I don't know if I can reach you from here. Slow transport. Love it. I read that was actually a strategy at some point. Okay, I think this is the last of them. If not, I'll just Black Sheep Wall to find the last building I've got to kill. This might be on the bottom right. Oh, oh, they have an island over here too. Holy shit, I had no idea there were so many islands in this. Alright, send something that way. Quickly elevator myself over here. Like, at this point, I've already won, right? So... Just a matter of formalities at this point. This is technically cheating, but whatever. Again, just a matter of formalities. Nice pre-placed Ultra that still is not defending. Destroyed. Very passionate about not wasting my time as much as everybody else does. So, I don't give a shit if it, Black Sheep Wall seems stupid to do. Playing that map normally seemed stupid to do. Well, editor reviewing it seems stupid as well, but you know, I'm a man of principle. The idea that this entire, like, this is actually really crystallizing in my mind, the idea of, like, pre-placed philosophy versus actual AI philosophy. Obviously, this AI is meant to be an idiot. And that just designing an idiot AI and having that be your opponent for the only opponent you have for the entire map, as well as pre-placing everything, such poor form. There's nothing to engage here. It's literally just moving through a bunch of static shit that sort of attacks every now and then, but it's really hit or miss. It's really just almost non-existent, honestly. And the idea that they started with, again, 93, almost 100 starting supply, most of that combat units, most of that shit that you could just move you at the beginning of the game, especially since you yourself don't even start out with a base. That to me is criminal, honestly. Like, just the idea that you can call this content is ridiculous. Now, this level's layout was actually okay because it had a base right next to the one that you eventually take. Like, you take this base at first, then you take this base on the left. And I guess then you could, if you found this base before you wipe out the main, like, you know, I did not do that, but you could, in theory, take this. And the idea that you're going to take this geyser, long shot. You still don't have access to Niduses in this mission. You get them in the next one, I believe. So the idea that there's all this creep here and you can't even interact with it in that way, kind of disappointing, especially since, assuming you've emptied the defense area, you might even be able to Nidus up here and skip the transporting stuff because there's no sunken in the way. Maybe you could Nidus somewhere over here and avoid sunkens, but probably not. Maybe in this bottom left area right over here. That's about it. It's just, I wish that the game was designed, or this map was designed in such a way that it rewarded you for playing like Zerg and rewarded, you know, it gave rise to those interactions that can only happen in ZVZ, but this AI didn't have any interaction for you to engage with, obviously, so no such luck. Though I'm sure you could get away with sunken creeping somebody. But still, why can I not just, like, why lock so much of the texture behind me? Why pre-place everything for them? Why make it so that I'm fighting a dead enemy that's doing nothing? Literally brain dead enemy that's doing nothing. And, like, it just feels so bad to play a mission and have like 20, 30 minutes, or I don't even know how long I played that mission for. Maybe it was less than 20 minutes. It felt like a long time, though, because I was doing nothing. It was just wasting my time the entire way through. So, despite the fact that the level design is probably the least offensive map that we've seen out of the Terran campaign and this campaign, because of expansion accessibility and the pathways being relatively open once you get out of your base. Well, once you get out of the bottom strip. Still definitely lackluster, but fell apart mostly because of the fact that your opponent didn't engage you at all. All right, off we go. Eye for an eye. Primary Hive Cluster, Planet Char.
Behold, my long
You?
silence is now broken, and I am made whole once more. The cunning Protoss have dared strike down that which was immortal. For the Protoss who murdered Zasz are unlike anything we have faced before. These Dark Templar radiate energies that are much like my own, and it is by these energies that they have caused me harm. Yet shall their overweening pride be their downfall. For when the assassin Zeratul murdered Zasz, his mind touched with mine, and all his secrets were made known to me. I have taken from his mind the secret location of Aiur, the Protoss homeworld. At long last, my children, our searching is done. Soon we shall assault Aiur directly. For now, we must ensure that the Dark Templar can cause no more harm. Cerebrate, you shall set a trap for our foes. Kerrigan will lead them to you.
So, putting aside the fact that this is a really stupid gimmick map, just the opening of this tells us that the Overmind apparently never bothered to interrogate Protoss or data mine Protoss brains or try to interface with the Protoss technology in some way, and as a result never found the homeworld of Aiur. We're not even really sure what his plan is. Even now that he says we need to go to Aiur for it, which we didn't know up until this point, we also don't really know what he wants to do now. And I have a feeling Blizzard themselves didn't really know until they retconned everything in StarCraft 2, and even then they probably still don't know. So, just one of those unfortunate things where his supposed grand plan, his grand designs, just fall flaccid completely because they're not actually written anywhere. They're not presented to us in any capacity, and they are just ass-pulled in ways that feel very unbelievable, considering the idea that there must have been like at least a couple hundred years of Zerg Protoss fighting, infighting interactions down the years up until this point. If you can well, I guess that's mostly external information coming from the manual. I suppose you could in theory say that based on the current experience we've had, maybe the Zerg and Protoss only met recently, but then why are the fucking Protoss hunting these Zerg down with abandon and melting entire worlds full of aliens? Like, it seems weird for them to do that if they don't have any past experience with them, right? And the idea that we still have no idea what the fucking motivation for the Overmind is right now, more than halfway through the campaign. At this point, we're entering into map 8, I think. The idea that we're almost 8/10 of the way, 4/5 of the way, to the point where we're done with the campaign. It seems very strange that this would be the way it is. Destroy the Protoss bases, let no Dark Templar escape. Kerrigan must... Oh yeah, this is great. You can move ground forces between colonies quickly using the Nidus command.
What is it now? On my way.
All right, well, as you can see, I've got gimmicks. I could get a hatchery that's closer to the minerals, but I just want drones right now. Hatcheries are going to take a little bit longer to spike. So yes, if a single Dark Templar reaches the border of the map, you lose the entire game, just so you know. You thought losing a hero unit was bad, you can just lose sight of an existing unit and you're dead. So obviously the solution here is just to kill everybody before they can do too much. So now that we've got a decent number of drones, I think we'll wait and then deploy another hatch. And then maybe get some more drones, but probably not. Probably just jump to spawning pool tech, because we don't even start out with that. We have no method by which to reinforce our army at this point. Again, I don't know why we start with ultras and hive tech structures like Nidus, but holy shit, I just realized how fucking far away my structure is. All right. Oh, I guess I'll probably just go spamming Hydra again. I don't think there's that many Reavers on this map. I don't recall them being a problem before. Go ahead and drop a extractor. More drones. And then we'll be going for our tech. Constantly having to fix their shitty layouts is really annoying, though. The idea that I just flat out can't even play the game very well at all, or access basic ideas, basic aspects of the game, until I build another hatchery because of the low income as a result of it. And, of course, that I'm not really playing the game anyway at that point because my enemy, doesn't matter what their income is, they can have 2 probes, 3 SCVs, whatever. They'll still have plenty of moolah. Is of course retarded. Alright, we'll get one more drone and then we'll save up our control and our resources. Put into some hydras. Spawn pool's just about finished. Place that drone. Bank up a nice amount of gas here for upgrades. Should be able to grab everything in pretty short order. Just minerals that are the gatekeeper for now. I still could use more drones on here, but I'll resist for the time being.
Require more minerals.
Alright, we'll just go for hydras for now, and then we'll go for those other upgrades. I guess I really do need more drones looking at this mineral income, holy moly. Probably like 6 more. I really wonder what possessed Blizzard to make these missions so annoying to play. Pretty goofy. Ah, classic. This starting you off in a split map scenario thing is also pretty annoying, to be honest. Put her on control group 0 because she's a hero. What, you thought I was going to say something else? I am definitely going to be lacking in range for a little while. Oh, maybe it'll be perfect. And I'm just going to be lacking in more hydras for a while. It's weird that they've only targeted this bottom area. I guess I'll send a couple more hydras. I can't believe how slow my mining is even after all of those extra drones. Alright, another round of hydras, and I think we'll stop at a single control group and then poke our heads out. Mostly because I want to save some cash for tier 2 upgrades. I'm not going to be able to put it immediately on cooldown, but...
Evolution complete.
Since we're at 1-1 now and we've got range and everything else, seems to make sense to me. Obviously, we're going to need to bring... we are compelled to make overlords and get overlord speed and all that shit, so... I don't know if I'll be able to do much of anything with the way that things currently are. Oh, there we go. Some Reavers. Huh, some Reavers, by the way. Oh, I walked way too close to the sun there. It's alright. Now that we've got all of the upgrades that we need to queue up at this point, we can dedicate the rest of our shit to Zerglings. Well, I'm gonna get some Zergling reinforcements over here, but that's about it. We got, what, 1.5 Reavers there in terms of the damage that we dealt. And now that I know that there are Reavers, I'll be a little bit more mentally prepared. I really need to take that base, I think. Hey. Hi. That's 1.5. We should be good. Drop a Queen's Nest next. Oh, I didn't even know there was a ramp over there. How goofbally. There's another Reaver down there. Oh, of course, there's even more Reavers. Remember when I said I don't remember any Reavers? I don't know where the fuck I got that idea from. I desperately need more gas. And at this point, I'm gonna need more minerals pretty soon, too. You. Oh, thanks, Tooltip. Dude, holy shit, what a piece of fuck. Yeah, I don't think I can spare the gas for new upgrades at this point. I just need to power over them with what I have. Alright, perfect. Of course they sniped the one that has low health. Also, that Dragoon just fucked off. To die over there, I guess. As you can see, they didn't really have much after their pre-placed nonsense. Now I can go ahead and Tech up.
I grew tired of slaughtering your servants. Have the mighty Templar lost their infallible courage?
Well spoken, concubine of the Zerg. But though we strike at you from the shadows, do not think we lack the courage to stand in the light. You would do well to abandon this attack.
You seem overconfident of your ability.
I'm trying to play here, guys.
I am no helpless cerebral to be assailed under cover of darkness. I am the Queen of Blades, and my stare alone would reduce you to ashes. You and your ilk cease to amuse me. Prepare yourself for Oblivion's embrace.
Dude, what a shitty series of one-liners and completely substanceless dialogue that just was. Dude, we just had to listen to that. Alright, I don't actually think I'm gonna need this base now, since I just annihilated everybody else, but you never know. Yeah, we might as well kill these so that my units stop spinning. Oh yeah, and there's still that pylon. But I think I only have to kill the Nexus. And the other one is somewhere down here. Yeah, blue. Just send some Zerglings to scout. Oh, never mind, there's another... What the fuck? Oh, I guess blue has their base over here as well. What is with all the Reavers, man? Just pre-place 1,000,000 Reavers. I guess I will need that other base after all, since every base has 1,000,000 Reavers pre-placed. Some Templar over there too. I agree, Kerrigan, for once. Oh, I can't even use the Queen's Nest yet because I still have no money. This is almost done. Oh, all of the Hydras I had coming out over here were not rallied correctly. Forgot about that one. I don't know what. What is stopping them from doing their... So there are no ways for you to have like the same, in the default game anyway, there's no ways for you to have players that have the same color. So the teal base that's over on the left is the same player that the teal base on the right is. In case you were wondering. Just gonna drone up for a little bit. Hive up. H up. I wonder why you can't multi-select eggs. Run up again. Yeah, we've already mined out some of those mineral fields, so... I guess the fact that we also get access to ultras in this mission means that that's what they want you to use instead of other units, so you can absorb some of the Reaver shells, but... Oh, nice inaccessible mineral field. Way to suck the fucking life out of this base. Oh, okay. So yeah, at this point I think it just takes a few passes. Like, it's very similar, honestly, to the nature of the gameplay and stuff like Warcraft 3 and other non-RTS games, because it's basically just a spreadsheet. By this, I mean you're dealing with a series of like formula that say, hey, if you don't have access to this number of units or this amount of resources worth of units, you just can't proceed, basically. Nice. I guess that means I should drop a spore colony down here. This will be spore in the middle. So yeah, time to give it another shot here. That's another reason why in the hands of an AI, especially an AI that has a bunch of free money, Reavers are, like, or Protoss units in general are really essentially toxic. But the whole idea of like forcing grind on the player is really toxic too. And yes, it was more important for me to build new Hydras as opposed to saving existing ones. I'm gonna take those away just in case something stupid happens later. Alright, cool.
Now, Protoss, you shall know my wrath. Now you will know the fury of the Queen of Blades.
Okay. Oh, I didn't have to kill Teal's. Oh, maybe the Teal didn't actually have a Nexus down there. I guess that would make sense since he completely stopped attacking. Oh, I should have held on that screen. Hold on. Okay, here we are, looking at this map. Indeed, there was no Nexus over here. I guess there were minerals over here. 3+3, to be precise. But his start location was over here. But not over here. Despite that base over there being his main. So how many Reavers did they start out with? It actually looks like this player, even though he started out with a robotic support bay, notice they never have to build tech, by the way. They start out with 2 Reavers, and then they train more. This guy only starts out with 1, but he had 3 or 4. Well, I guess he has another one over here. And what does he have over here? Just scouts and a photon cannon. Very strange that they start out with photon cannons over there, too. It's like, you can't even access this back end. And even if you did, what are you going to snipe their probes? There are 3 probes. Oh, they've got 2 over here, too, for some reason. There are 5 probes. There are 3 plus 2 plus 3 minus 3 probes. That's what you're going to do? I don't think so. So, like, even the decision-making of the pre-placed stuff is brain dead. It's not even useful in that sense. So, just, yeah, pretty much embarrassing. I don't have much else to say. Layout in the map obviously leaves a lot to be desired. At least we could expand, but the closest expansion to us was 100% this area. I didn't really explore over here, but I actually assumed there was a land path over here, and there isn't, which further constricts our options as a player. Like if we're trying to mount a strategy and mount an offensive, say, to this base, we have to use the Nidus Canals. I get that they want to encourage the use of Nidus Canals, but they already do that with the starting situation, where the fact that we have to defend from gimmick land, where if a single gimmick unit exits the map bounds or brushes up against the map bounds in locations that are fairly generous. Big Templar 3, Templar 3, Overlord 3. Nice. I don't know what the fuck staging 2 means. I guess this is where they send the unit at first. Scout Town. They run it over a Dragoon. That's pretty useful. And yeah, they do just spawn the Dark Templar, by the way. Dark Templar are not trained in this mission. The Dark Templar themselves are... how do we say this? So, in vanilla, the Dark Templar unit that you see controlled in like the Protoss campaign later on, and obviously in this campaign, in this mission, that is a hero unit. And then there's an actual Dark Templar unit that you can train in Brood War that is a different unit. I don't know why they're different units, but whatever. Gave us another unit entry, so that's fine. And yeah, it's pretty silly. So, well, I think you guys can figure out for yourselves what's wrong with this map other than what I've already said. For one, it's fairly flat, but that's probably part of the term. Well, no, I can't say that that's part of the tileset's fault because you can make better maps, but it's not surprising that it's shit like this. Oh, man. What a disappointing map. We're just grinding through Protoss nonsense. Well, that's 2 more missions of that, so stay tuned. All right, where were we? Just finished that. Cinematic, The Warp. Dominion Border World Char. Not Zerg Homeworld Char, by the way. A lot of the units in there are not in the game either, by the way. Tassadar and the Dark Templar Zeratul survived Kerrigan's vicious attacks, but their Templar armies have been decimated. Kerrigan, left behind to hunt down and eradicate the last remaining Protoss warriors, begins to scour the burning wastelands of Char for her elusive prey. Meanwhile, the entirety of the extended Zerg swarm teleported through space-time and began its long-awaited invasion of the hated Protoss homeworld of Aiur. The Invasion of Aiur. Zerg swarm, high orbit over Protoss homeworld of Aiur.
My children, the hour of our victory is at hand. For upon this world of Aiur shall we incorporate the strongest known species into our fold. Then shall we be the greatest of creation's children. We shall be perfect. Yet before I can be made manifest upon this world, the way must be prepared. You must seize the Kadaran crystals, for within them lies power undreamed of by the Protoss. Go now, my Cerebrate. Secure the crystals and bring swift wrath to all who oppose the swarm.
End of briefing. Bring a drone to the Kadaran crystal formation. Yeah, it's just some random MacGuffin. What? Fuck it. Whatever. Wait, do I do that or do I do this? Can I do this? No? I guess I can do that. Well, you know what time it is. Hydra time, baby. This mission also has a timer that I don't believe is resolved immediately if you kill all enemy units, although I don't think I've done that in this map. You know, at least in a long while, if I ever did. So I guess we'll see about that one. I remember a ton of Reavers in this map too, so prepare for me to be angry. I'm gonna grab another Evo chamber, and my next drone will, well, my next drone will be another miner, and after that I'll grab a gas. I don't think there's an easy expansion to take in this mission, but I suppose it doesn't hurt to check. Start to show you guys around the map a little bit. I think there are zealots hiding in the trees. This is supposed to be our first introduction to... I guess there are no zealots hiding in the trees after all. But it's supposed to be our first introduction to the race, right? So you'd actually think that maybe they would have some sort of unique tactic. It's well, introduction to the planet, rather, the home planet of this race that we've been fighting for a while now. I don't understand why there's just nothing for the characterization. It looks kind of like the first mission, because the first mission was jungle map, jungle tile set with a bunch of trees everywhere, you know? So not really a whole lot to go off of. Dude, I need so much fucking money. They started me out with like 700 of each resource or something, which is pretty unheard of, honestly. It's a pretty high amount of money to get for doing fucking nothing. Not that I would know anything about that. Oh, man. Well, muscular augments upcoming. Or should I say incoming? I'm coming? Can't wait to have money, dude. Holy shit. I would love some money right about now. I don't think I started with this layer, right? I made this layer? I made this? I am responsible for this? Don't clip that and use it on a bunch of stuff. Debating whether or not to get more Hydras. Hey! Hey, you fucking speed zealot +1 shield starting motherfucker! Get lost! Attack at one zealot my ass! Yeah, I think I'll just grab a queen nest immediately and build more drones because I lost them. I just want to get a massive upgrade advantage. Kind of trying to, you know, end these games a little bit quicker. Zerg campaign has had so much grind. Like, Terran campaign had a ton of filler, but this campaign is just grind after grind after grind. We're just grinding through all of this shit. And it's really annoying, to be honest. Because it's not like I can... I mean, I can play better, but I'm not... My play is not the problem. My play is not why it's taking so long. I effectively win as soon as I start breathing while playing the map. That's the problem. Alright, Carapace and then Hive, and then more Hydras. Hydra IMO. Yeah, I think Hive before Grooved Spines. Because we got more important shit to deal with anyway. No Dark Templar in this map, so no worries about detection. Don't need to bother with pneumatized. I'm always assuming pneumatized is how you say it, by the way, because it's like pneumatic. I don't even know. Like, I thought pneumatic was related to like machinery or something, so I don't even know what the context of that upgrade name is. But Blizzard was pretty stupid with a lot of their names. People have had in-depth discussions on the server before, the Discord server, about how, like, the Confederacy, for example, is called the Confederacy despite not being a Confederacy and stuff like that. So is it really anybody's surprise that they fuck up stuff like... Well, it would not be surprising. I can't confirm or deny it yet because I haven't fucking Googled the term. But, you know, it's not that... It would not be that surprising if it came out that they also messed around with their upgrade names and made them just slapstick. Because we know they did that for units. Metzen just threw shit at a dartboard. Voidborn, Todd Dad, Amon. Amon is just like an Egyptian god or something. It's so boring. Everything's boring. Copy and paste my Warhammer fanfiction. Alright, we're gearing up on +2 missile. Just got Groove Spines. And we have ordered more than 12 Hydras off of 2 hatches. The other thing that really gets me is that I'm sort of used to playing the game from all the Fraud Nights and stuff, the multiplayer nights where we play Hydra. I'm sort of used to expanding as Zerg and like doing that and having a build order and all that. And you just don't get any of that here. Alright, save up for missile attacks, and then Overlord. I think we can start poking around, actually. Again, of course, there's going to be Reavers and stuff, but... I need to find another base, and I think there is one over here, but it's like laughable. I'll ban Mutas doesn't if he expands there, you know? For those of you who do not know, the base that I freaked out over in the previous video, it was in the 4th mission, where there's like a base in the bottom right. That base was expanded to by a man named Mutazizin. You may see him in the YouTube comments as Blight. If you're there, man, just wanted to say, fuck you. Saving up for Carapace now. Yeah, there is a base over here. Okay. Well, it should be bannable since there's 2 inaccessible mineral fields, but looks like you can actually fit a fucking base there, so at the same time, yeah, it's not really that bad. So I'm at 2-2 already, which is really nice. Grab Carapace as soon as my gas affords me to, and start sending a worker out over here. Amazed to not see any Reavers yet. Oh, there we go. Oh! And he's a god, of course. 8 kills on that Reaver from 2 Scarabs. I'm pretty sure it was 8. Alright. Surprisingly low Reaver count, to be honest. Fuck, why do I keep talking? Every time I speak, a Reaver executes me.
We require more minerals.
It's alright, we're getting our last set of upgrades at this point. And we still killed a Reaver, which counts for something because, as we know, that they do pre-place those, so... I guess maybe it doesn't count for anything, honestly. That's the other demoralizing thing when you realize it, because they just obviously have infinite money and they rebuild all of the units that are pre-placed for them, so if we don't actually kill the production structure... Well, basically, if we don't do lasting damage, like, based on their infrastructure, and we can't do lasting damage based on their resource collection, like killing their workers, or... I guess killing their Nexus would actually do it, but probes don't do it. I'm gonna wait for tier 3 melee, or missile, rather. I'm gonna go ahead and hotkey that to 2, and camera control. And yeah, tier 3 missile. That's the name of the game at this point. Man, I can't believe people actually thought this was content. All you people who never checked those assumptions of yours, you better be privileged checking now, misters and misses. No, just minerals. Just minerals. I need minerals, minerals, minerals. Because I'm gonna get hatcheries, 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 and hydras, hydras, hydras. Of course, I can't really get that much value out of this base until all of the mineral fields are accessible. Yeah, I can't access them. But once I get rid of this, at least this one will be accessible. As you can see, my workers are already starting to spin because they're trying to access shit that they can't. That's the symptom, by the way. Or a symptom. Oh, okay. You need more drones, man. Whatever. Kill something. Can't even get fucking... Man, look at all the kiting I have to do just to get rid of this shit. Look at, like, why are their structures so spread out over here? And why do they defend their entire base instead of, like, the central fortifications? Oh, nice 2 probes, by the way. Alright, just fuck this, dude. Looks like they're not interested in training more Reavers, Hydra killers. I can't believe this. Can't believe this is continuing to occur on my watch. Reaver that, baby. Oh, they must have rebuilt their cyber core. Dude, what if I open this map and they have, like... just 8,000 cybernetics cores pre-placed? Alright, so we didn't quite wipe out everybody, as you can see. Still another player to fuck. Funny how, like, despite the fact that these are completely different players, their compositions are basically the same. Just Dragoons, Photon Cannons. I guess this guy has less Zealots than the other dude. Apparently, evidently less Reavers. Oh, he's got some Archons and Templar. Let's get some more Hydras for now. Oh man. Just getting all my hotkeys in order. Oof. Oh yeah, I forgot yellow has like multiple bases. It's fine. Alright, I guess I'll F2 this one. I'm sure there's still a couple of pre-placed nonsense structures somewhere. Maybe some photon cannons on the high ground, baby! Why am I so right? Why? That is not something I wanted to be right about at all. Well, you know what that means. I have to either get transport or air units. I assume just a couple of Guardians probably won't really be that big of a deal. But it is a pretty big expense. Feels good to have an upgrade advantage. Feels bad to walk into Reavers. Because no matter what their upgrades, they still fucking destroy you. At this point, I'm just killing them before they turn into Archons, because they clearly aren't capable of doing anything else. It's too hard if the Protoss use, you know, their trademark spell that can actually counter you. So we'll just spam Reaver to make it a grind. Holy fuck. Well, I could have done that better. I really like the idea in theory that, like, I'm telling a Hydralisk to suicide itself. It's like, because it's definitely not very individualistic whatsoever, right? Because you're kind of looking at this unit and saying, dude, you're dead. I can't, like, I need you to die so that I can kill this Reaver. Thematically, it's appropriate for Zerg. It's mostly an issue of the fact that the AI doesn't suffer any losses for losing a Reaver. Reavers are expensive units, man. The reason why they're balanced at all is entirely based around the fact that they you need to spend a lot of time working on their, like, just accessing them, you know what I mean? I think I'll be going for transport and get rid of those cannons up top. I mean, I don't think it's really even necessary, but... Oh yeah, Arbiters. So there's one AI left, it's the Red player. I think the reason why he has the beacon is for the sake of... 69, by the way. 69 supply, I love it. Oh, Storm? Oh, never mind. Oh, there's actually 2 more players. Oh, maybe Orange is the last player, never mind. Could be the case. Motherfucker! Xenard. Classic. Alright, well, still getting stasis, of course. Biggest issue with stasis, in my opinion, is that it fucks with your control groups. Like, I probably had some Hydras that were sitting there in stasis for 8 years and didn't get released until... way later, basically. Only to be killed by Reavers. Of course. I mean, what else did you think I was gonna say? These Overlords out of here, dude. Classic. Oh, there's an actual attack force over here. Leave some of my men still killing yellow. These guys, oh. They actually have upgrades and stasis. AI spellcasting is usually pretty annoying to deal with because, especially with something like Psionic Storm, which has a crazy gameplay impact, that you have to play entirely reactionary. I think I lost like 1 drone. I overbuilt crazy amounts of drones. Try to make up for the fact that I thought I was going to lose everything. But yeah, I forget what I was just saying, but... spellcast like Stasis that are instant, Plague, like, obviously the AI, like the whole paradigm by which you have risk and reward in RTS is based on like, oh, I might lose all of my money's worth of High Templar or Arbiters or something if I do something in a brain-dead manner. But in this particular case, it just flat out doesn't matter. Oh yeah, what the fuck? This is just a flat-out bug that they gave this to Teal. I don't know what the fuck was going on over there. Don't do that. What's wrong with you? I'm up to control group 7. It's 4 or 5. Let Reaver fix that for me, I guess. Oh, and that one too. Yeah, it looks like the big bad in this map is orange. The red idea that I had was just getting it confused with some other shit. The next map, actually. Alright, we're gonna... Alright, killed that Arbiter. There's probably 100 more, but it's fine. All the zealots are executing me. Yeah, the zealots just cock-blocked my whole show. Really? What an idiot I am. Now the good news is, I can pretty much do whatever the fuck I want at this point because it's only orange, and while his attacks are somewhat fearsome when you just let them happen, obviously his defense is way more impactful, so... I could just sit here and wait, but that seems pretty boring to do since I've wiped the map rest of the enemy dots at this point, right? I think I'll just set up shop over here. Thanks. Not in the middle of trying to play. You can just center view me anytime you want. 3 scouts, by the way. I'm not even sure how you lose. Oh, okay. I didn't need those. Like, what does it mean to hold them off exactly? You know what I mean? I certainly don't know what I mean. Or what they mean. Fuck. Like, that's the problem right there, is that, like, I need to be aware. I need to be, like, just on fucking notice the entire time. I don't suppose maybe there's less defenders at this side. Assuming there is another side to go at this point. Dude, how did he get both of them? What a fuck. More Hydras, please. Thanks. Holy shit, I'm actually out of money. Well, I guess that's because all these guys are harvesting the same thing. It looks like I'm both out of time and patience. So, following the finishing touch of this mission here, I will most likely just be calling it, and we'll open up the next video with the trying to move this guy, but of course he got iScript bugged. I'm just feeling quite a bit fatigued over here, and of course I'm just getting kissed by a fucking asshole. So I can't even actually take this base unless... Yeah, okay. I'll just harvest over here then. Oh, cool. The robotic support base down here. Oh, man. I feel like selecting units, I don't know if it's like completely random if you have more than 12 and you try to select. But I feel it's probably not random. There's probably some sort of algorithm for it, but... Standard. Like, I feel like it should select the units that are closest to your cursor or something. That way mouse precision has a point. Oh, shit. I like how I'm executing this dude's base and he's protecting the fucking... No. He's decided against it. I stand tall. I stand victorious. That Reaver might kill my 3, but I killed him. And yeah, I could build more units, but I'm tired, man. They've got one gateway and one robotics facility, and that's what they're defending with at this point. Still can't believe I can't even harvest from this area because of fucking turrets on goddamn islands. Even people understand that that's a meme. It's like, oh yeah, putting turrets on islands. Meme. But, oh yeah, they also have scouts that they could have been using for defense, although they're admittedly pretty useless unit, but whatever. Man, what a mess. I should have gotten an overlord down there.
Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
Of course. Well, boys. Ah, there's a carrier that was pre-placed here the whole time. Aw, man. Aw, gee willikers. What? There was something over there. I don't know what it was. Oh, I gotta cancel the fucking town again. Chew. Sorry. Even my fucking sneeze has lag. Dude, how? Okay. Oh. Hey, I'm just trying to perpetually... Ah! Wow, what a fucking squad. Oh, yeah, I forgot I can't actually travel over here, I don't think. Is this a complete ring? Yeah, of course it is. What else would it be? Even in death, Teal spites me with his pre-placed nonsense. Just end it. Get it over with, man. Slurp. No matter how much water I drink.
The Katerin crystals are in our possession. Now, all shall tremble before the might of the swarm.
Crystals, by the way. It's too bad all of these missions are super small scale on top of everything else. You're fighting against... There's 3 enemies. There's actually 3. A real 3. Well... Before I say any more, we should look at the map. Check out my pre-placed. I have 4 Reavers pre-placed, by the way. I also have 4 Reavers pre-placed, by the way. And Teal only has 1 pre-placed Reaver. What a baby. Little baby only has 4 pre-placed Reaver. I mean, 1 pre-placed Reaver. Nice Zealots up here, too. Just to add more cancer in case I ever tried to drop some Hydras down there or something. Why, though? They did not pre-place the Cyber Core that was down there, so they actually did rebuild it. Always a nice thing to see. Oh, man. I just can't believe that... well, for one, I'm kind of curious as to why they were rebuilding tech over here if they also had it over here. Maybe they duplicated the town script or something? Left orange, right orange. So everything but what's in this small location here is assigned to the main town. But what do they actually run for this? Activate orange. Wait, what? You set switch 12 when I bring a unit somewhere. Pass area. Crystal area. If I had to move a unit over here? I feel like maybe there's some elapsed time thing as well. Anyway, it's pretty dumb that that's the requirement. Left yellow, right yellow. Well, I guess I would have to actually look at those scripts, but... I don't know, man. This whole thing seems ridiculous that you have this like weird abstraction where there's a legion of pre-placed shit owned by player 5 here. The orange player is I got 103 starting supply. You subtract 8 of that is probes. Everything else is units, combat units. So, well, that's 95 supply of pure combat units, and they don't do anything until you pass through a location. Some invisible event, basically, that's completely invisible to the player. Nice. Then you go to player 8, who's yellow. He's got 109 with only, I think it's the same. He has 8, also 8, so 101 combat supply. Could be, well, I guess like some of that's shuttles and observers. But for the most part, it's combat supply. Also could use to A-move me over. And then obviously TL's a little bit less offensive with only 47. Wow, only 47 supply. I start out with 9. And 4 of that is drones. 47. 2 of that are probes? No, it's only 2. That's pretty great. I didn't even know there's a base over here. I would have taken that instead of the fucking cannon defended bases. Like, this is just AIDS. Like, why do I need to... Like, again, I talked about this when I was recapping the last Terran mission, the final Terran mission. The fact that under normal circumstances, you would just mass mech and kill the enemies if that was your objective. Well, that wasn't my objective in this case, but I wanted to kill my enemies anyway, so I massed it. Hydra. I don't want to have to get fucking Overlord transport or tech into air or whatever to deal with cannons just for the sake of being able to mine from a base that I've taken fair and square by killing the enemy. In fact, it was unfair for the enemy that they had all this pre-play shit, and I still took it because that's how brain dead the enemy played. It's just so ridiculous that it's like the difficulty that I have for any of this is just the grind. I mean, Orange did have some actual attacks, but at that point, that's like less than what the first mission should have thrown at you in terms of like danger from the attack force. Orange at least sort of felt like some of his attacks wanted to actually do some damage, and that's all you can say about this whole thing. It's pretty, just again, embarrassing, just ridiculous. Well, like I said, I don't have time to record the final mission just yet, although I don't think it'll be any longer of a playthrough than the one that we just experienced, which was just over 30 minutes according to the in-game score screen here. So I hope you enjoyed this particular episode, and we will be back to finish off the Overmind, the campaign that is, in the next episode, as well as immediately pivoting into the Protoss campaign. Unfortunately, they don't all jive and line up the way that I would like them to, where I can just do 5 missions each time. I kind of expected that the Zerg campaign would take a little bit more out of me because of the fact that it's so grindy, and because of the fact that you're constantly fighting Protoss, which, as we discussed earlier, Protoss don't need to be microed nearly as much because their units are much more deadly, and because it seems like, I didn't even bother checking, but it seems like Orange in that mission just started out with upgrades. Since his AI script doesn't even start until the mid-game when you enter the area, and he already had tier 2 when the first time that I clicked on any of his units, so probably he had tier 2 by the time that like any of that happened. I imagine he probably just started out with that. So obviously very toxic game design there as well, with just more inalienable advantages that you can't deal with unless you already had tier 3 like upgrades like I had. But even then, you're very limited in what you can do. So a lot of grind, a lot of threat from the Protoss without them necessarily actually requiring skill or intending to be threatening. It's like Reavers and shit that just adds more APM, more requirements for you in terms of resources and APM, I guess, to actually clear those Reavers and clear their bases, broadly speaking. And then, of course, there are some positional advantages that they have, like those small ramps and whatnot. So it's not unforeseen that we were not able to finish this campaign, is really what I mean to say, but fuck, man. We'll be back with episode 5, where we'll finish this particular campaign and move on to the Protoss campaign, where it'll probably be piss easy because I can just spam zealots the entire game. Bye!